MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace as we move into Tuesday. Can you believe it's already here?
I know it. I'm waiting for Friday again.
Well, and a lot of kids are waiting for that with anticipation as we get ready for trick-or-treating. And the best I understand, no restrictions this year. You can go trick-or-treating and enjoy yourself.
I think that's great.
Yeah. Outside event.
Mm-hmm. My son went to school in his pajamas this morning because
You
they
didn't
have
dress
pajama
him?
day. It's pajama day. I said, come on, get up and get your pajamas on. It's time to go to school.
Is it homecoming or do they just do this periodically?
Red Ribbon Week, which was, against drugs and stuff. So, yeah, they are each day. Yesterday was camo day, so he dressed in camouflage. And then today is pajama day. They have a virtual day tomorrow.
Well, pajama day will just fit in with any given day that you go to Walmart. And you see those people that just don't want to get dressed.
Yeah, there are people who do wear their house slippers and pajamas in Walmart.
That I don't understand. Now, I am real bad if I need a part and I'm working on something and I got grease on my face and I need that part really bad, I'll bust on up in there to get it.
Yeah.
And I may look a little bad, but I ain't got jammies on.
Yeah, I try to put on regular clothes when I go to Walmart, brush my hair, look like I've seen a brush.
Not everybody has those same standards,
They
though.
don't. They don't. Some of them look like they just rolled out of the bed and, I guess to each his own, whatever.
I have never just quite understood that.
Yeah, me either. I guess because I've just always, I don't know. If you ever see me like that, I'm not feeling good.
But, and again, I've brought up this website before, but people at Walmart.com is always a funny to look at.
It is. It is.
It's just, and it's not only Walmart. You can go to any Dollar General there is and see basically the same. And Dollar General could be a little bit worse because it's usually closer to their house than the Walmart is.
Yeah, it is.
So it's even less
There's
going
a
on
Dollar
there.
General, every how many feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So
Okay, we need to bring up a sincere thing that I watched last night. I was working in my studio. My wife calls me and she goes, go to Sandy White's Facebook page and watch that. That is the most hilarious thing I've ever watched. I'm still waiting for the laughter. It was a thing about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what they do when they're bored.
Well, it was like was it Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Okay, from Halloween. Is that
With the face mask
right?
thing.
It was two guys. It was like a little skit thing where they go in Walmart and they're dressed like Michael Myers and then the chainsaw guy, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't have a chainsaw. They didn't have a weapon or anything. But they went through Walmart with a buggy collecting them.
Buying axes. And,
Yeah. But it was kind of funny because they would get in little fights and stuff. It was a little bit funny,
Angie was down there cackling. I could hear her when I went down, and I just looked at her. And then Sandy White said, "What did Sandy White say to me?"
I did bust out laughing one time. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was when he fell out of the buggy or something.
Let's see what.
One got in the buggy and the other one was pushing him around. It was fun. You got to.
Yeah, she sent back, Scotty Ray, come on. Tell him, Angie. There was nothing to tell. I'm telling you, it wasn't funny.
You ought to play a little slip.
Well, I don't know whose video it is, and that gets into so that I won't play that since I don't know who's that.
I'm sure you can find it. Put Michael Myers and Chainsaw Guy in Walmart.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where they were, or a grocery store. I don't know where they were. I think it was Walmart.
But maybe my sense of humor, maybe I'm just not built like it. Because there are a lot of jokes that I will just stare at go, I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. They get on the little, what do you call them, little scooter thing?
Yeah, the little scooter.
Mm-hmm. And it's got music kind of playing as they're going.
And there was nothing funny about that.
Yeah, I don't think he could see through his one of them because he kept running into everything. Anyway.
Well, that's my
crazy.
2 cents. But I'm working on my humor. And that just... Yeah, I'll leave it at that. We go to Sugar Lock to say good morning to Betsy Holly. How in the world are you doing today? Larry Smith is joining us there from somewhere out there in La La Land.
Mm-hmm. Peggy Simmons, good morning from Cooksville. And Daphne Allen Child, she says she's still looking for some Halloween pictures of me back when we were younger and stuff.
You ain't come through with the goods.
She said she's going to have them by Friday. I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I want to see it. I don't think anybody could come up with a Halloween picture of me. I didn't do that too much.
Yeah. I think I was like I said the other day, I was a card one time. I don't even remember what all I was. A cat one time, maybe. I can't remember.
Some people go to the extremes on putting together these outfits, and they're really good at it.
And it's fun if you go into like a party,
Yeah.
but trying to work in that is not fun. It is not fun.
I know a lot of banks will do it. They'll dress
Yeah.
up and do things like that.
I don't mind like a little cat ears or something, little a headband thing.
Yeah.
Pop that on. But with a little nose paint or something. I don't know. I'm just not doing all the garb. Trying to work.
Let's see. Debbie Penny wishing everybody a good morning from the Shucktown area. Thank you for joining us there.
Suzanne Montgomery is watching this morning. Good morning. And Brian McCary, good morning. Let's see. Galen Bradshaw is watching. Good morning. And Miss Lita Horn, good morning.
As always, if you're watching from your television, you can grab your smartphone and join us and interact with us as well. You can do that on Facebook at Scotty Ray's Weather or on YouTube as well. Have a backup plan to where you watch when weather turns bad.
That's right.
Let's see. The candy crawl is tonight. Let me see if I can get that information pulled up here for downtown Meridian. A very important thing there to go check out for the kids as businesses will get together tonight. And here it is for the candy crawl beginning at 4:30, and it will run until 6 o'clock. Not too late.
That's right. There's a number of businesses that are going to be in this and involved in it. And it's great for the kids because you feel safe. You know,
Yeah.
they can go around to the businesses and trick or treat. And, I'm sure there'll be security downtown.
Oh,
going on,
absolutely.
so make you feel better.
Yeah.
Good for the kids, though. I like to see what the little costumes are. This morning, it was so cute watching some of them with their little pigtails and their pajamas on going to the school. Goodness.
And it's a mama somewhere that stayed up half the night getting it all ready.
Oh, I know. There he is.
Always.
I've got a little deer costume for my grandson.
A deer?
It's cute. It's a little brown outfit with spots, and then he has
Oh.
the antlers, little headband with antlers.
Well,
on
that
his
makes
head.
sense.
Yeah. I figured his dad could dress up in camouflage and take him around.
That will work out. Let's see. I did post a few moments ago. There were reports of shots fired last night to a moving vehicle. The only information I have on that, someone was going down the road and they did call and report that a car behind them shot. Their vehicle was struck. I have no other information other than that at this point. I've asked for more information. That's all I have at this point. To my knowledge, no one's been hurt. I don't know that, but I don't believe so.
Right.
So as
Still
more,
scary.
it is very. Why would anybody be shot driving down the road? Just there's no reason for it.
No.
There are a lot of headlines this morning as you're waking up. Now we're going to go back here in just a moment and talk about all of the area trick or treating and what we know and all the different events this week. So that's coming up. A story that is taking the place of all the other headlines. It is surpassing now the Alec Baldwin, is the children in Houston, Texas. Gosh.
See, I had not even heard about this, and it is a horrible, horrible thing. I can't even imagine what these kids have gone through.
We know that they've been living alone for a year in Houston in an apartment complex, and different stories that you read that says the apartment was locked. Okay, well, that I don't understand that. If it was locked, how'd they get any food? Another story says that a neighbor was charging their cell phone, so apparently they didn't have electricity for them, and they were giving them what food they could. There was a 9-year-old, there was a 7, 10, and 15-year-old alive. There was a 9-year-old that had been dead close to a year that was in the same room with them.
And they had to go through
Yeah.
all of that. And I don't know if he starved. I don't know what
I'm
what
sure an
happened to
autopsy
him.
is going to be performed. The parents, the mother and stepfather, or boyfriend, yes, boyfriend in it, were taken to the police station. They have not been charged.
They were released, but the sheriff did say that charges are pending. So I don't know if they just released them or they're trying to
Yeah.
gather all the information so they'll have a solid case.
And that does
you know.
happen occasionally. They bring you in, you talk
Right.
about it, and then an arrest is made later. But
But these kids, can you imagine what they went through? And my stomach's great.
you hungry?
But can you imagine? Yeah, I'm starving to death. But what they went through. I mean, I don't even, and to see their brother.
Oh, yeah. Those stages of,
Oh, yeah. And the neighbor had complained, is what they said, about a smell and had been complaining for like 13 or 14 months ago. It started. So I can't imagine, because those kids will be traumatized probably for the rest of their lives.
Oh, yeah. One of the children did finally make a call to the police, and this is how this all came to light. And I brought this up this morning of you truly don't know what's going on 45 feet, 100 feet from your home of
Right.
Yeah, you know, you see these stories across America where somebody was kidnapped and put in this normal-looking neighbor's basement. You remember the girl that got off an airplane, was never seen again? Well, she was tortured for months in this guy's basement. Killed her.
It's crazy.
If something looks suspicious, stop and smell the roses a minute and help somebody.
Right. I mean, like, if you're charging these kids' phones, why were the police not called?
Say, where's the parents?
Yeah. Or why were these kids not taken out of that situation? I don't understand it.
But if you'll remember that Jeffrey Dahmer case, the police went to his apartment and returned a child to him. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that now.
Yeah, it was a kid that ran away and gave the address, and they brought him back to him. And then moments after the police left, was murdered. Of course, he met his own fate in prison.
Yeah.
They took care of that issue in prison. Horrible.
That's awful.
But children starving to death in America should never happen. There's going to be more and more come out of on this in the next few days as it unravels. It breaks my heart.
It breaks my heart too.
The more I read, and it's hard for me to read this stuff about Fauci and those puppy dogs. There's some truth to all of this.
Yeah.
Different lab has said, no, it wasn't our lab, but it was another lab. Their voice boxes were taken out to where they couldn't bark, and then studies done on those animals.
When are they going to get rid of him? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and also, when is the CDC going to start? I mean, they speak up about everything else that we need to do, like masking, and they, now, get the vaccine. And when are they going to speak up and say, we don't need these people coming into our country that have not been vaccinated and have not even been tested, and some of them, a lot of them, have COVID, and it's bringing it into our country. I mean, when are they going to put a stop to it? Or when are they going to recommend,
But, as you say that, it goes through my mind. As soon as you say that, it goes ding dong, and I start thinking, how can you ask an American for a vaccination card to eat when you let people in without even being checked? And I think most Americans feel that way.
Well, yeah. And I mean, they're aggravated about it. And it's even, at first when they were, when like Kamala Harris was avoiding going to the border, it was kind of like, well, maybe she hadn't got around to it yet, maybe this and this and this and that. There's no excuse. No. There's absolutely no excuse now. And that she should not be down there. He should be down there. It's ridiculous. It's a dang, it's a screwed up mess is what it is. And people are just overlooking it. I don't know if if it's giving them ammunition to at some point let him go.
Right.
Saying, oh, look what he messed up, But somebody else we know is probably calling the shots, obviously. So,
I wanted to say good morning to someone that I bumped into yesterday. And two of the guys, I haven't seen them in forever. I bumped into Ken Rainey, and I also bumped into Van Mack yesterday. And it was so good to see them. Been many, many, many moons ago. Ken looked great. Van looked great. And everybody was eating, and I guess was all the more merrier. But just want to say good morning to them. Always good to bump into ex-radio folks that are floating around the town.
I grew up listening to Ken Rainey. I really did. Loved listening to him. My mama had him on every morning. Ken
and Keith, you couldn't help it, and slap those biscuits against the TV. My mom coming home. That was always a saying that I think we all knew.
I remember back in the day when we all had the jelly bean shoes. I don't know if you remember that. Those little plastic little shoes that every week they had a different color come out, and Charlie Connerly's discount shoes.
I remember the name of that, but I don't remember the shoes.
Well, every day he would announce what the color of the week was or whatever, and of course we had to run out and get them, But anyway, it was always a joy, to wake up and listen to them in the morning, even as a kid.
Oh yeah, because if it was going on in Meridian, that's where to find out about it was.
That's right.
And you got to know all the advertisers that called in and what was going on in their neck of the woods.
And of course, I listened to you too.
You were a grown woman then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wasn't a grown woman. But when you were, I was like in college though, I think.
I started 1987 doing the overnight shift right out of high school. And so it went from there.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you were in 87.
Well, like How old is Dylan?
Dylan is 27 now.
Okay.
But
I remember when y'all had Dylan, because you announced,
Yeah, 94.
and then I had Madison in 96. Then y'all had Madison.
Right.
And when was she born?
98.
98. So yeah. But I don't know. It's just been a neat thing to listen to your kids grow up on,
Yeah, I'm old now.
Well, I am too.
It's just this weird how it just dump, and
I know.
it flies by.
It does fly by, but I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
It
You
really
think about, because I was just thinking this morning about how it's just, we forget about the little blessings that we have, how just waking up every day is a blessing,
it is.
It's just so easy to get caught up in the swing of going here, going there, work, and the busy part of life that you kind of, you don't think about our blessings.
You don't. And everybody is guilty of complaining. I don't care who you are. You think, well, I could do this or I could have this. And then you look, if you back up and look around, there's somebody always a whole lot worse than you are. Mm-hmm. That's true.
I have a sign in my house, or,
won't leave.
I have all these signs that.
Oh, I thought you said a son that wouldn't leave.
No,
I misunderstood you.
Sign.
Okay.
No. And it says somebody else is happy with less than you have.
That's true.
And they are.
And money ain't the thing. There's a lot of people that get this misconstrued that money will make you happy. That is not the case. It is not. Now, it will take bring a little help to you. Don't get me wrong.
That's right. Yeah.
But it is not what dreams and happiness is made of. It's not. So trust me on that little speech there, because that's true. As we talk about things that have flown by, 20 years ago is when Joe opened up the Piggly Wiggly. I cannot believe it's been 20 years. I went to the cake cutting and made it official there. Mm-hmm. As Debbie said, it sure takes the sting out of having that cash. It does. Yeah. Piggly Wiggly has the Florida Navel oranges, $3.99 for the 3-pound bag. They're great, taste good. Bell peppers, 2 for $1. You can also get the colored ones there, 2 for $3. Pumpkins, if you're going to do that last minute carving, $4.99 each. You can take advantage of the Mississippi sweet potatoes, also the chicken noodle soup. Great price on that. Ketchup, the 20-ounce bottle, 2 for $4. Also, the Dixie Crystal, $1.99 for sugar. Ritz crackers. Also, Mayfield ice cream, 2 for $5. That's a bargain. Also, steaks, those T-bones. You can take advantage of the Boston Butts at $2.29 a pound. Coca-Cola products. There's so much to see, do, and plate lunches at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see Joe. They'll help you bring a smile to your face. Very safe place to go do your shopping there. Don't have to worry. Surrounded by friends.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, you know who to call. Call me. Remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. Don't forget, there's a chance of severe weather tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. Now, this will be mostly due south of the city limits of Meridian. Meridian will be a level 1 as you go further south around Hattiesburg. It will move to a level 2. It's been pushed down. And from Hattiesburg all the way to coast is going to be a level 2. I'm not saying that we won't get rain and some gusty winds here, but the worst of the weather will be south of here. I'll watch it. It's Mother Nature. It can do anything, but expected further south than originally posted. It's taking a little twist there.
Did you see all the utility trucks? Like, I guess they're power trucks at the old Little Acre area.
I did. I don't know why they're there.
I don't know either, unless, maybe it has to do with bad weather coming and maybe it's a.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe rerunning something. I don't know. Yeah, but I did see that parked out there.
It kind of scared me.
Yeah.
I was like, what do they know? We don't know.
But nothing that horrible coming,
right,
to my knowledge. As we mentioned, the Candy Crawl is going to be going on to downtown tonight. Now, also in Newton, they're going to have the, let's pull this up so everybody can see that, the Soil and Water Innovation Conference Wildlife Seminar tonight. Mm-hmm. It's going to be at the Legion Hut, if you can make it out for that. Also, in the same breath, Mississippi Highway Patrol coming up tomorrow night. If you want to go out, take the kids, You want to talk about a safe place to go trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
The Highway Patrol, that's a pretty good place to go.
That's right. It's from 5 to 8 p.m. and they're going to have treats and refreshments. So y'all stop by there.
Then we'll move on to the Candy Cruise. It's going to be on the 28th. That's going to be at MCC. They're going to be coming out to talk about some events with us from MCC. Then Jeffrey Wilson's going to be also putting up from 4:30 until 6:30 on the 28th. Also, some candy there. That's on Highway 39, where EMEPA is across the street.
Yeah.
Coming into Meridian is where Jeffrey's located there.
And it should be an easy area to get in and out of, too, you know.
Yeah, it sure is. Also, MPD is firing up. They're going to have on Friday night a trunk or treat there at the police station. Hope you can bump in again. Another safe place.
That's right. A good safe place. Yes.
Let's see here. Enterprise on the 30th is going to have their fall festival from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you'd make it out to the fall festival there going on Enterprise. Always a great place.
It's going to be at Ritchie Park. I'm not sure where that's at, but I'm sure.
Yeah, if you're from Enterprise.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to have a costume contest too, so put your best costume on.
Yeah. October 30th, the trunk or treat there in Causeyville at the Community Club in Ballfield.
Also, another costume contest, chili cook-off, cornhole tournament.
Ooh.
Everybody be nice. And a hayride with candy also.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played cornhole the other night.
It's fun.
It is. It's competitive, though.
Have you got it in the hole yet?
I did. I'm pretty good at doing that. But, like, Alden, he beat every one of us. My 7-year-old won. And he was standing where we were standing. But anyway.
Downtown Scuba, they're also having theirs. If you haven't been to Scuba in a while, they invite you by for the trunk or treat. That's going to be happening on Saturday night, 5 until 7.
All right.
Let's see. We also have a fall festival on the 31st at the Bethany Baptist Church. That's here in Meridian. Mm-hmm. So that's some of the events that are going to be going on. If we hadn't got your event yet, let us know. We'll talk about the November stuff at a later time, but all coming there.
Bill Reinhardt says it is Tonkin Tuesday.
He can be honky
place
tonkin'
tonight. Remember to tune in. You can find him on Facebook. And you can listen to him sing.
Do a little country song for us there.
Exactly right.
We do hope your morning is going along quite well for you. Already 22 minutes past the hour as we begin this. Some news stories that are happening. Let's cover a few things that are happening across America that we hadn't brought up. As we go back to the set of where the gun went off, what do you say about this?
It's an awful accident. I don't think it was on purpose. Obviously, I really don't. And I think it was an obvious accident, but I know they're still investigating everything to find out why there was a live round in the gun. Because earlier they had a gun go off, right?
Yeah, on another movie.
Right.
And the same bunch that was in charge of guns, and someone in the end is going to be charged here. It's coming. They're doing the investigation. The girl that was in charge of it is back at home in Arizona now. They've gotten pictures of her pacing. Of course, in the spotlight like this, you've got reporters that are going to camp out in front of the homes, and they're catching every picture they can to dissect it to see what's going on.
Now, an armorer, that is somebody who is supposed to check the guns.
Right. They're in charge of all of that.
I mean, that's your job, is to check that. And obviously it wasn't checked at all.
No, it was not.
You know, so you got one thing to be in charge of.
And you messed it up.
Right.
I don't understand how anybody would, especially on a movie set, as we reported before this, of having live rounds and blanks all in the same drawer.
Yeah. That's an accident waiting to happen.
Now, I have seen also other movie sets are doing away with actual firearms that could fire and go into guns that look like guns that in no shape form. And maybe they should have done that before now.
Yeah.
But if you do your job, I guess that would take away all chances of error if you done it that way.
I can't. That's a horrible thing. I mean, I just can't even imagine what any of the people who were involved, whether it be her family. I mean, Alec Baldwin, I know he's not the nicest, they didn't have the nicest attitude all the time, but still I can't imagine, going through that. That's awful.
Yeah, so that's two of the biggest headlines are the kids in Houston and that Alec Baldwin set there. So those are your two big ones that are going on all across America today that people are discussing.
I want to say Brian Keith McCary says that the Bethany Baptist Church is in the Why Not community.
Yeah, I just said Meridian a while ago. I didn't. Yeah.
Well, it said Meridian on the thing, but why not?
Because there is another one in Clark County as well. We want to say congratulations to the Children's Museum in Meridian. They won the Attraction of the Year in the state of Mississippi, and that's a pretty big deal.
It is, and it is a neat place. If you have not taken your kids there, it's really, really neat. I mean, you walk in and it's just like, so many things.
We've got some great things that are started in Meridian, and I hope they continue bringing people to visit our fair city.
Right. But this is a big deal for the kids. There's so many things for them to do. It's a lot of hands-on stuff. I mean, there's like a big airplane up in the air. They can go up in this little thing and get in the airplane and act like they're flying. And I mean, just really neat.
Now, I have not. I've just seen pictures, and I saw the concept before it was built, and I have not been in it.
We've gone to a couple of birthday
I asked Dylan
parties.
at 27. He just didn't want to do it.
Really? Yeah, I don't know that Dylan could get up in the plane. He might. I don't know. I've seen a few parents go up in there after their kids. So
I bet you they have to.
I've always when McDonald's, I don't know if they still have it or not, because I tried to avoid it as much as I could. But the little play thing where they climb up the thing and go through the tube and slide down. Well, mine would always get up in the top, and I'd be down there yelling, "Come on!" And so anyway, I'd always end up having to go get mine.
That happens. Yeah. I remember those McDonald days. It's been a spell or two since I went there.
Yeah.
But
I always try to avoid. I'm like, we're not playing today. Getting a Happy Meal going.
But I'm telling you, a kid can spot those golden arches 10 miles away.
They can. They never get sick of it. Like never. Could eat breakfast, lunch, and supper at the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Never, every day.
It's a kid thing.
Can't do it anymore.
Whoever was in charge of marketing in the beginning of that with the Ronald McDonald's and all of that was smart.
But look, I don't know. The kids are going to know this when it happens. But there was a guy who is on like the Food Network who has really complained about how the hamburgers were made, the patties, and the chicken nuggets. And when I read what it was made of, I was kind of like, gross, But anyway.
Well, you've seen all those studies to where you could put it there and nothing would happen.
Well, now they're changing the recipe.
It may not taste the same.
Right. So let's see if the kids notice, They're changing it to be more healthy. So I don't know.
Boy, I missed that memo.
You might be, I don't know how they're going to change it, but it is changing somewhat.
Florida is the first state that I've seen step up with this, and I think it will go well for them. But police officers who are leaving their jobs and are either leaving or being fired for not taking the vaccine, Florida is offering a $5,000 signing bonus if you move to Florida to become a police officer. So if you're watching from somewhere and they're giving you an ultimatum of you've got 2 weeks to go get a shot and you don't want it, Florida says, come on down. We'll pay you.
That's a good thing. But, I think everywhere right now needs all the police officers they can get. So maybe... and you look at the big picture of this, of the arguments of people that quit for other reasons. This is by far the largest walkout that would happen is from these vaccines, these mandated, you do it by this date. And they have, in some forces, that have 20,000 police officers, these big cities, right.
You're talking 4,000 or 5,000 plus that may not have taken the shot that would be leaving. That would leave a city vulnerable.
Yeah. It's going to be bad.
That's some thoughts there. But
it's
Florida,
already bad, but it's going to be worse. I just think it's crazy that they're losing their jobs because they don't want to take the shot. But I see where they're doing like these marches and all of these protests and stuff in like New York and different places. Police officers and first responders and
right. Now here's something that probably a few months ago would not have been reported by the big, what you would call the big three in the media. But Biden poll numbers have slipped to an all-time record low. They say this is the first time since World War II that a president's approval rating has shrunk this much. It is down to a 43.4 approval rating for Biden. I think that's going to drop more. And this is because inflation is spiking. We've got problems at the border. You're not going to be able to buy what you want. We already have this problem of if you need a part, it may take you a month to get it because it's not made here.
Well, groceries even. It's crazy how the prices are skyrocketing in groceries. They said that this will be the most expensive Thanksgiving meal
That you've ever had?
in history, probably.
Now, I also paid a little bit of attention to this, and I think most Americans now know, and the White House denied knowing what it meant. Some senior officials in there of Let's Go Brandon claimed, well, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Well, it's being chanted all across America by now. And, of course, it's some disparaging remarks. Is that a good way to put it about Biden? But y'all watch this. This is going to come to where social media, you will be either banned from a platform for using that slogan. It's coming.
Yeah.
They don't want you to say that. And I think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
More and more.
That's right. So
Something to put in your pipe and think on over the next few days as all of that comes about there. Let's talk about homes. And, well, one of our friends does this quite well. That's Snowden and Company Real Estate. If you have not been in lately to see what they have, visit them online, snowdenrealestate.com. You can find all types of homes. Some of the best Reader's Choice, 3 of them awarded this by the readers of Meridian Star. When you find your dream home, they help you walk through this. Pick it out and get it going. If you've got a dream home that you've always had, the kids are gone, and you want to make a change, well, it's time to sell. They also handle this as well. There's a very high demand for this, for swapping homes and changing. The different seasons of your life, is that what I'm...
yeah.
Yeah.
You might be looking for a starter home, just
Right.
starting out, just got married, don't have kids yet, so you don't need a real big house, but then you need to move into a bigger house.
Somehow or another, you
outgrow it.
You got 6 kids, you're going, woo, bunk beds.
We need more room.
They have hands-on coordination. They'll help you with this when it comes to selling your home. Here's a few pictures of homes that are on there that you can go visit online. SnowdenRealEstate.com. They handle the Meridian area, which is Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Shelby, and Clark, and they've expanded to the Jackson, Mississippi market as well. Now, this place here is sold. You can't get this anymore, but a beautiful picture of a home they sold. Here's some more fine examples of what you can find. They're going to be open until 5 o'clock this afternoon, by appointment only on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. See them. A lot of folks have done this before. See Amanda and her crew. They will help you. Certified real estate negotiating expert and designated seller representative. 453-3937 is the number to call. Be in touch with the professionals.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heaters, your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace, and a little bit of down memory lane of what went on this. And I think we've all heard this all of our life. It made Wyatt Earp and his 3 friends go down in history. Today was the day that the shootout happened at the OK Corral. And, of course, Doc Holliday was there, and he was his huckleberry, as we've all learned. We don't have an actual picture from that time. Well, no one was there to take it. Not sure that I wanted to be there
I just
either.
always think of Val Kilmer.
Boy, he played that part, didn't he?
He did. He really did.
Who remembers watching the original Addams Family? And this guy, he was on there. He was born in 1914, Jackie Coogan. Of course, he played that part that you all know so well. Did you watch the remake to that movie, The Addams Family, that was in theaters?
No, I didn't.
Pretty good version.
Are you talking
of
about
it.
with what was her name? I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. But
Who played? Was it Peggy Bundy that played that part, or am I just imagining that?
no, it wasn't it. What is her name? I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway,
She done a good part in the movie.
Yeah.
It was good. Uncle Fester. The old girl was just after his cash in the end. The only reason I bring this up, I think everybody's heard of the movie. You may not have heard of this actor, but he was born the guy that played in Who Blamed Roger Rabbit. That was a very different movie that I can't say that I enjoyed.
yeah,
It was odd.
yeah. The cartoon mixed with real life characters is just kind of
It's hard,
weird to me.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. Here's she's having a birthday today. I watched her on Charlie's Angels. She's just as pretty at 70 something as she was at 30.
Yeah,
Jacqueline Smith was born on this date. And what movie? Oh boy, I was trying to think. She was also The Bourne Identity. It did not dawn on me that's who that was in the movie with Jason Bourne.
She was in that movie?
Yeah.
Doing what? What was she?
I think she was the girl that was helping chase him. Gosh, I can't remember the character's name. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, okay.
But she played that other agent in the movie where he calls her and he goes, "I'm right outside your window." And she drops the phone and looks out. Whatever character that was.
Okay, I'll have to go back and watch that.
Boy, I sure like that
I've
movie.
watched it before, but I didn't realize she was in it. But she's
Me
a pretty
either.
lady, though.
She
really
is. So was she like? I don't guess you can really compare her with Farrah in between the two because they were two opposite ends.
Yeah. They were both, to me, equally pretty. I don't think she was as, like, flaunted things.
No, she was
as
more
much.
conservative
Right.
and ladylike
Yeah. Right.
is the word. She didn't make a swimsuit that you could have almost seen through.
She was a little more, like, classy. I
Yeah.
think, you know.
But boy, didn't that poster, didn't it look good?
Angelica Houston was the
Yeah.
one that played the lady in the Addams Family
There you go.
remake. Yeah. Thank you.
It was a good show. Funny. This guy, I think they're just going to take him to a taxidermy once he passed away and sit him up there so Vanna can still run over and hit the button. Pat Sajak is celebrating a birthday today. How many years have...
They're both still on there, right?
Yeah. But that's probably the longest running game show at this point of all time. It'd have to be.
I think. Yeah. That and Jeopardy would have to be. I don't know if Jeopardy had even been on that long.
I don't think so. I think
But yeah,
this one
the Wheel
holds a
of Fortune.
record. And what happened to the $25,000 pyramid? The good old days.
I know.
Family Feud is good. I'd have to put Family Feud probably right up there with, and it depends upon which. I'm not good at solving puzzles. I cannot do it.
Yeah.
I have me and the English sentencing just don't agree. And if you're this lady's fan, well, congratulations. You may have been featured on that clip that they showed over and over and over. Hillary is celebrating her birthday today.
She might be a good running for the host of Jeopardy. Ask her some questions. Yeah.
Survivor might be a better place
Yeah,
for her.
Maybe so.
But Hattie McDaniel, who remembers Hattie?
I remember her.
She was born, passed away on this date in 1952. She died of breast cancer. She played Mammy in Gone with the Wind. She was a great actor, and that's her with Vivian Leigh there from the movie there. But
Tightening that corset. I don't even see how they breathed back then. Tightening those
tighten it.
things.
So you ever
Yeah.
worn one?
No, no.
Really?
No.
For no reason ever?
I think I did put something on to try to fit in my wedding dress when I got married because I had not tried it on.
Yeah.
Like I had it for a year and had not tried it on.
And then showed up when fit?
Yeah, that was not a good idea.
You always take that little four-wheeler winch and ease back and get your little
Yeah.
extra slack there.
Goodness.
Well, let's see here. Sandy said it was Michael Strahan that hosted the $25,000 pyramid there. Price is Right has been on forever. Forgot about that one. Bob Barker,
Right.
of course, was the big one. And who's that little guy that used to be on Whose Line Is It Anyway, I think now does it?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. I think he does that now.
It's just weird to me having him as the Price is Right guy. But anyway. But yeah, I grew up watching the Price is Right. We had to watch it every morning at my grandmother's.
Could you guess the price?
I'm pretty good at it, even as a kid, because I watched it so many times, you know. Because some stuff is repetitive, you know.
Yeah.
So,
So if you paid attention, you could. And
Yeah.
then, you know, the next game that you watch back, and it'd be a lot of celebrities years later, the dating game. Do you remember that?
I do.
It would be
Had the
some-
three guys or the three
Yeah.
girls. Yeah. And ask them a question. Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of scary, though. Because what if you had, like,
Would you consider that like a modern thing before The Bachelorette came along? Is that kind
I
of what that
guess.
kind of led into?
kind of, yeah. But, you know, the questions were always corny questions to me.
It
Some of
was.
the stuff that they asked or would answer. But, yeah, I always like to see the look on the face when they got the first glance. You
Of
know?
who it was?
Yeah.
Barbara Smith said, what about Let's Make a Deal? That's where they would dress up in the outfits in the audience. and
Okay, yeah.
You could trade things. I'll give you so
I
much for
didn't
your...
really understand the dressing up thing. Why did they do that? Were they just trying, I mean,
I don't know.
just to get on TV? And I don't know.
When we have a live studio audience here,
Mm-hmm.
I'll let them do that, and you can trade with them. Price is Right has been on 58 years, Wheel of Fortune 38. Okay, you got me, Connie.
Okay.
So I was wrong on that.
Bill Cullen was on The Price is Right before Bob Barker.
See, I didn't even know it existed before Bob Barker.
I didn't either. But, it really freaked me out when he went from black hair to white hair. Remember
He
that?
quit dyeing. No, I
Yeah, he
didn't.
quit dyeing his hair. He just, did not look the same. He had pretty hair, though.
I just always have had that gray-haired look. I didn't realize he had black hair, but you did start watching before
Yeah,
me.
he had dark hair for the longest time. I guess he was...
Funniest scene in a movie that I've ever seen was Happy Gilmore, to where him and Gilmore got into a fight on the golf course.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Also having a birthday today is Dylan McDermott. He was born in 1961. You'll recognize his face from a lot of movies that he's been in.
Now, he has an accent, doesn't he?
British or something.
Yeah, I don't know if he is Irish.
Could be.
Is he Irish? I think he is, maybe.
I remember me and Angie went somewhere, and she goes, "You need to book this guy for a concert, Meridian." I thought, ain't nobody gonna like him. That was my first thought, and well, I was wrong. Keith Urban was born in 1967. He was the opening act for somebody before he was anybody that I took her to, and I just didn't get it.
So he'd be 54.
Yeah.
Goodness.
1969, Waylon marries Jessie Coulter. And yes, Waylon is spelled wrong, and I went back to correct that, and I forgot to do it. So whoops on me. Whalum. But big wedding there back in the day. 1984, theaters opened up on this date, and you got to go see The Terminator. Wasn't my pick of. A lot of people love that type thing, but it was not my favorite
movie. It
movie.
was kind of sci-fi-ish, with all the myth. I didn't like it either, really.
1985, this young lady had the #1 song in America, "Saving All My Love for You." Whitney Houston had the #1 song in pop music on this date. That's been a while ago. 1999, you would wake up to find that this gentleman passed away overnight, and it was Hoyt Axton. And of course, "Joy to the World" is one of his big songs that he wrote. A lot of people remember that. You know that one, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Making sure.
know that one.
Also did a big cameo there in the Dukes of Hazzard. He got to be on the show there one time. But that's a walk down memory lane of a few things that happened on this date. Hopefully it brought back a smile to you and you remembered a few things there. So
Chad Fox said, who was the person that said be back in 2 and 2? Who said that on the game shows, I guess?
have no clue. I ain't never heard that before.
I hadn't either.
Be back in 2 and 2. Yeah, I don't know on that one.
Oh, yeah, that guy that Hoyt Axton was the dad in Gremlins, they said.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That is true now that I think about it. He was in that.
See, I didn't watch Gremlins, so I don't. Sci-fi stuff I never watched.
Okay.
Rump rope. That's my fault there. But but Hoyt was a great songwriter. And of course, his mama, he come from a great thing. His mama wrote Jailhouse Rock for Elvis.
Okay.
So he come from a long line of that.
Chuck Woolery.
Okay. And which game show was that?
He was wasn't he the dating game guy?
Yeah, you're right. But one of the best that just didn't make it and stand the time was the Gong Show. There's nothing like somebody singing horribly and getting to run up and hit that gong and get them off the stage. And then they'd fight over the gong.
Kind of back in the day, American Idol.
Yeah. So that show was
No.
really funny. I ate it up. So that was just some small thoughts there. Let's go out to Center Hill, where you'll find Chet's Paint and Body. If you want your car, and I don't care who you are, at some point in your life, you're going to get some damage to your car, whether it's a buggy down the side of it, something more serious of somebody backing into you, or heaven forbid, some major damage to it. But they can put it back. It doesn't matter what happens. That's what they do for a living, and they do it very good at Chet's Paint and Body. Honesty, if you're looking for that, somebody that shakes your hand and you can depend upon it, that's Chet's Paint and Body. There's not many people like that left in this world, and Chet is one of them. 737-2961. He'll give you the directions to drive on out in Center Hill and find him there. From scratches and dents to getting your door dinged up, they've got that covered there. From a back end, a rear end, well, they got that covered also. Before and after pictures here, and these are those Ford trucks that have those aluminum beds. It's taken off there. They've got it in the shop, and they'll put it back on. That keeps from overspray getting on your car. Pretty smart move there. That's Chet's. They can fix from GMC's, any line of it, and make it look as good as it did from the day it rolled out the factory. Also taking care of those cars that mean everything to you in the world there. Yep, you've got it. That's their paint booth. I said that wrong, didn't I? See them at Chet's Paint and Body. Insurance claims welcome. They'll process the insurance work for you, get you taken care of, and also an automobile to drive during that time with your insurance company, those rental companies. 737-2961 is the number to call.
First 10 days following an accident are crucial. Insurance companies don't wait. They have a staff of adjusters, attorneys, and investigators collecting information that can be used against you.
Call Richard Schwartz today.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we travel along. Let's see, The Born Identity with Jacqueline Smith was a TV miniseries in 88. Okay, I didn't know that. So that's where she was. Okay, I was getting her confused with the other girl that played the part. Thanks, Ron. So that straightens that out. That's why it didn't jump out at me when I go, well, I didn't recognize her.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So that was a TV show before it became a big movie.
She's still, I mean, I don't guess she does any kind of doing anything now, does she?
Probably hawking some products like Suzanne Summers.
I don't know. She might have been a little bit more conservative with like her money
cash
and stuff like that. Because a lot of people, they blow it, and then, later on in life, they don't have anything hardly. And
like all these football players that have their entourage of 50 people that travel with them and they buy $700 million houses.
yeah,
Some 3 years later, they have nothing.
for throwing a ball.
Yeah, go figure.
But we got military that don't get paid hardly anything for going over there and risking their lives.
Yep, that happens.
You can chunk a ball down a field and make millions.
There are a lot of things of what people call heroes that doesn't add up.
Right.
Not many companies that make it big share the wealth with their employees. The girl that had $5,000 in her checking account, and she had this idea to make herself look skinnier. Mm-hmm. She developed the Spandex. You know what I'm talking about?
It's Spanx. Spanx, yeah.
She has just now, she has over 500 employees, and she has given each of them a $10,000 bonus.
That's good.
That's good, and she's done well.
You can't breathe in them. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Now, those things will suck you in.
So
you can't breathe. They're like this big around before you put them on.
And it sucks everything in?
Right. I mean, it's just like.
Well, it's kind of like the modern day corset is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah. But I watched this comedian lady. She's hilarious. She's a Christian comedian. You know?
Did she come to the Raleigh
Yeah.
Center?
Well, she came to Meridian, and I just watched a little snippet of her online because I didn't get to go to the thing she did. But she was talking about putting her Spanx on and how she had a hole in one side of it and it looked like a tumor poking out because her fat come out of the hole. But
I could see how that would be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny. But speaking about money, though, have y'all been listening to how they're trying to pass that to where
that $600 thing where they know all your business?
Right. And talking about if you sell something or even if you spend money daily, they're going to know it.
So is this
sell stuff?
Is this close to passing or not?
I don't know. They said they need 4 Democrats to vote against it to get it to not go through. Is what
I'm
they
sure
said.
Joe from West Virginia is going to vote against it, but I don't know if there's another 3 or not.
I don't know.
That is like major getting into our business.
Oh yeah, I mean, to where if you sell anything, they're going to know it, and you're going to have to pay, I guess, taxes on it. But
ooh,
so I don't know.
That's going to run a lot of cash business that goes on.
Right.
It's serious. This is a bad thing.
Yeah. Somebody said the other day on Facebook, if you want to mess with them, like withdraw $500 and $599 and deposit it on the same day. Withdraw it and deposit it. Withdraw it and deposit it.
The current amount now is $9,999.99. Anything over $10,000 is reported.
Right.
But do
that's
you
crazy.
realize
That's
that?
a crazy drop from 10,000 to 600.
Can you imagine the extra work that will throw? Whoa. Mm-hmm. But it ain't good. Also, they brought up that Jacqueline Smith had that clothing line there in Kmart.
Yeah, she did.
Not many Kmarts left. I saw one of the last few is about to close its doors. It was here for a long, long time.
Yeah. We did have that. I don't remember exactly where that was. It was out where the crossings are, crossroads.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to show a picture. And this is from an Instagram post. Maybe you get a little overboard trying to get your likes. Mm-hmm. And this girl is catching it now on the internet for posing at her father's funeral at the coffin. And she did do it. And here's the picture of what she put up there. And people are just giving her down the country. Look at that. She did that. And that doesn't show him, but it shows a coffin in the background after likes trying to show off her dress.
That is ridiculous.
I don't understand how and why you would do that. There's a time for things and a time not to do things, and that was one of those.
That was highly inappropriate.
Yeah. Let's see here some other things that are going on. Sad news is a little boy in Oklahoma is mauled to death by a rescue dog that they got. They got it 3 weeks before, and he was killed in the backyard with the puppy. It mauled him to death.
I'm telling you, I know there's a lot of animal lovers, and I love my animals, but they're just unpredictable. You cannot be too careful with children and animals. And especially, kids are bad about getting down on the ground and crawling and like playing with them,
Yeah.
When you're down at their level like that, it can pose as a threat to the animal.
Food.
Right,
dog
and
gets
food. Yeah, don't mess with them when they're eating.
But and that's one of those things you hate to even talk about, but it did happen, and I bring it up for just awareness of make absolutely sure that you watch those kids around those.
Yes.
I don't understand this, and maybe this is the norm, and I just don't watch enough cases across America when they go to court. But the Derek Chauvin trial, the judge is getting ready to release all the jurors' names of all the people that were involved. Now, this vote kind of turned out how we thought it would when it went to court.
Right.
I don't think there was any surprises.
Yeah.
But there are other cases that, people could be upset that somebody was not convicted, and it caused what we would call protest. What if their names were released? Would that be good? People come into your home after they find it online? And this may be a normal thing. I'm not an attorney. I don't know this, but
Yeah, I think it's never a good idea to release names of people in a high profile, especially trial, that were jurors. You just don't put their names out there. And then it goes on to say that they're going to be releasing the names of the 109 potential jurors that they had, their questionnaire answers. They're going to make that public.
To where
they answered on their questionnaires. Everything's going to be made public. Are they just trying to stir up even more chaotic mess? That's
what it sounds like.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, let's stir that pot just a little bit more.
But, you take a trial to where it's one person that's holding out that doesn't believe somebody is either guilty or not guilty, and then their name released.
Yeah.
That could be very bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong about it.
I guess is what I'm like. What's the point of doing that? Why not just leave them anonymous? And I don't know.
There was a mass shooting yesterday, or maybe mass is not the word for it. They typed it up that way. I wouldn't call it mass, but there was a killing at an Idaho mall yesterday. 2 people were killed, 4 people were shot. That's not mass to me. The article was written wrong, but condolences to a cop, a police officer lost his life during that also. If you haven't read the headlines or seen that anywhere today, that happened across America there. So woof. It is. A lot of things like that.
Every day we hear about stuff.
Now, there are times that people are railroaded in a case and all the information is not given, and the jurors do not know. Here's a case of a guy that was put in jail 37 years ago for life. He's 37 now. He was jailed 22 years ago. Let me back up on that. For burning his mother. And comes to find out after technology has gotten better that they had accused him, they convicted him on, he had gas on his shoes. Well, after technology has changed, they've run back on analysis and it was not. And so this gentleman has spent 22 years in jail for a crime that he did not do.
Right.
Woof.
Can you imagine being labeled as you killed your mom?
And you didn't.
And you didn't do it.
And I'm sure that in court, they block a lot of things that you can't say. That's, I don't watch enough Perry Mason.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. And the truth just not come out. And there's probably no telling how many innocent men have gone to jail for something that they didn't do.
Yeah.
If you've done something, I agree with the sentence. But that's just one of those bad cases there of horrible news to find out so many years later. But at least he's going to be freed at this point. I guess if you had to find a silver lining in that cloud. Yeah. I think I said that wrong, that he will be getting out. So think about him. I'm sure there'll be a lawsuit to follow that also. It usually is.
But that's 22 years he'll never get back, you know.
And you think about what happened in prison. Oh, my
Right.
gosh.
I mean, you know, he had to go on through
Some bad times.
major stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Candace on her toes over there this
Major
morning.
stuff.
Maple's one-stop shop is there to help you. Clean, convenient, and locally owned. And they try to keep the absolute lowest gas prices in town as they can. They've got 4 locations around town. You'll find this location, the picture there, in North Hills. You'll find that right there at the stop sign there. Make sure at all locations to write your name on the back of your gas receipt. They give away $50.
That's right.
Pull that out. It could be you winning that. See them today. They'll take care of that fuel card.
That will come in handy, especially with the gas prices flying.
Cold coffee machine, they got it there for you. The caramel French vanilla mocha, if you're into that, they've got all of that for you there at the Broadmoor Chevron. And for the rest of us that drink that hot coffee and like it, your 6 cup of coffee is free on their loyalty coffee program. Just get your card punched. They'll take care of you. Do that. Clean community coffee there. A great place to shop and get it there, from cold drinks to potato chips, anything that you're looking for. Even getting yourself lunch, from pizza, a bag of chips, and a drink for $4.99. You can get that at Chevron there in Bonita or Pine Springs. Bait shop, they've got that along with all your lottery tickets if you're looking to get one and maybe be the next big winner.
That's right.
They got that. See them. Again, Bonita Chevron, Pine Springs Country Store, or Last Chance Tobacco, or Broadmoor Chevron. See them today. That's Maple's one-stop shop.
I'm Richard Schwartz. If you've been in an auto accident, don't hesitate to call for legal help. Remember, the first 10 days following an accident are crucial. I am Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
Call Richard Schwartz today.
You know, technology can be one of the greatest things there are. And I never even fathomed that this could come into play. But doctors have these, what they're calling smart bandages, that will be able to tell doctors when a wound has healed without them having for you to come back.
Huh.
Wouldn't that be neato?
Well, yeah.
Right up until you
that
go
would be
take a
neat.
shower when you're not supposed to, and you destroy the whole thing.
I know. Yeah.
Can
I think
any-
that was the hardest thing when I had that heart monitor thing on that time.
Not
Trying
taking a
to-
bath?
Well, trying to like bathe around it. I had a ponytail in my hair, no lie, and I had to clip the wires on my ponytail. It's funny, but anyway, this is a neat thing that they've come up with.
Do they make a Band-Aid, seriously, no kidding, that you can wash your hands or take a shower, that as soon as it gets wet, it doesn't fall off?
They do, because I've had to use them at work when I've cut my finger or something, and I'm in, you know, having to do the shampoo bowl and
So Angie's been holding out on me not getting the good stuff.
yeah.
I'm
There
t-
are some waterproof bandages.
I got to get one.
They're the kind that look like cloth, kind of. You know what I'm talking about? They're that, I don't know what kind of or brand they are, but
Well, I want some,
they work.
because I'm recovering now from my finger incident from a few weeks ago. But let me tell you, every time, which is that one there? But every time I went under a water hydrant and took a shower, it'd fall off,
Oh yeah.
and it
That's
sting.
aggravating. It is aggravating. Yes.
And I am not the toughest old boy when it comes to pain. That is just not my thing there. Now, I don't know whether this teacher is guilty of doing something wrong, but I know how some teachers will be very dramatic in teaching their students about history and things that happen, and dress up and portray the part.
Right. And I did watch this, and this is a little bit overboard.
She
I
was
think.
jumping
Yeah.
everywhere.
A little bit dramatic, definitely. Yeah.
I'll show you a picture of her. This is in front of her in the class.
I can imagine a bunch of them laughing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and they videoed it. It didn't turn out well for her in the end.
Yeah.
They have placed her on leave for wearing this. And she was a math teacher. What that had to do with math, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either. That
But,
is odd.
But she was doing a chant, and she jumped up on the desk, and kids said they were embarrassed.
They were embarrassed.
Yeah. By what she was doing.
Yeah.
But that's a headline across America there.
She should be embarrassed.
I'm sure she is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I wonder if she ever expected it to go viral.
No, you would think,
the
well,
world.
if it got out, you'd think, well, a few people in my county might see it.
I wonder if while she's pushing her buggy, are there people going, so, Are you that lady on
Oh, that's
YouTube?
right. Don't forget, we've got the candy crawl coming up tonight, downtown Meridian, 4:30 until 6. If you can take the kids out, a great place to go. It's going to be well lit. You don't have to worry about your kids, and get some candy. This will be your first opportunity to get candy. So I'm going to go down, check it all out, see how it is tonight. Hope to see you there.
Yes.
Again, we want to say thank you for dropping by and spending a little bit of your time with us. I know it's precious, and for you to give it to us, we do appreciate it.
We do. We enjoy every morning spending it with y'all and getting your comments, and we hope everybody has a safe and wonderful day, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by